डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. I am Dr. Priti Baser. Welcome you in the lecture series of Master of Science Information Technology program at Chaitanya Studio for the subject MCIT 103 Internet and Web Designing. The objective of this course is to provide you the conceptual and the technological development in the field of Internet and Web Designing. The course focuses on the comprehensive knowledge of Internet and its applications, since the World Wide Web has become an integral part of the Internet. Therefore, the focus of this course is also on the basic concept of web designing. So, why we need to learn this subject, the Internet and web designing? Because the things are changing rapidly as the world is progressing. In this modern world, the people are using advanced machine to do their work. The computer is the most advanced machine that the people use to do their work. A computer without internet is like a body without a soul. It is almost impossible to imagine the world without the internet. The simplest activities such as communication and internet are heavily reliable on internet. So the internet connects the different computers and the user. Today, the internet does more than just connecting the computers. The internet connects the people, lives, stories and businesses. It is the source of information, social platform and a business network. It has a diverse uses depending on the needs of individual. Due to the growth of internet, there is an abrupt growth in the web content. The people focus more on highlighting their online presence. For that, the major focus is on designing website and web pages. The designing of website either can break the business that you are trying to deliver. It actually makes the difference on how your target audience views your business and potentially turn them into your customers. As a result, the website designing, if your website is more impressive, the result finally you will be getting the more conversion rate, which leads to the better business and the revenue, right? So this subject is offers having a wide opportunity for the students, those who are learning this subject. People who can be able to understand the front end. Along with you can work individually as a web designer and set up your business, and the front end designer and back end developer also. So the agenda of today's lecture is the introduction to internet and intranet, extranet, connection of the internet and network topology. So first let us start discussing what is internet. Internet is a global network that connects the billions of computers across the world with each other. It uses the standard protocol called TCP/IP to connect the billions of computer users across the worldwide. It is set up by using the cable as such as optical fibers and other wireless technologies. At present, the internet is the fastest means of communication and exchanging the information between the computers across the world. So let us discuss the history of the internet. As we can see, the diagram of the internet, it has been evolved in 1960 to during this period 1970, right? So there is a company called Advanced Research Project Agency, right? He has started evolving the internet. the first internet have been introduced in 1960 to 1985, right. So this is the actual revolution of the internet that we are using at this present. Now you can see that in subsequent years, right. So each and every decades, new evolution have been taken place, and you can see the more advanced feature have been available to us that we are using right now, right. So 1990 to 1995, right. You can see so many features have been introduced. The first web page have been introduced during this period. 96 to 2000, you can see so many features have been introduced. 2002 1 to 2005, right. You can see the revolution of the internet throughout the 1960 to 2016, and we are continuing nowadays, and we are using the latest technology of the internet such as Google search engine, right. We are using the botnets also, right. Traveler's car we are recently using. It has been become possible with the use of internet only. Now yes, Sachin, you can start. What are the applications of the internet? You can see the various applications of the internet, like instant messaging, email, right, then web. You can send the messages and communicate with any user, right, using internet, such as email, voice chat, video conferencing, etc. Apart from this, you can get the directions, right. Using GPS technology, you can get the direction to almost every place in the city or the country. You can find the restaurant, you can find the ATMs, malls, or any other service that which is near to your location, right. You can purchase the product online, right. You can shop the online, your clothes, shoes, book. You can book the movie ticket, you can book the railway tickets, flight tickets, and many more. Apart from this, you can pay the bills, right, online, such as electricity bill, gas bill, college fees. You can also pay online. Apart from this, we have financial services, right. Online banking is also possible with the use of internet, right. You can check the balance, you can transfer the money, you can receive the money, right. You can get the statement, and you can also request the checkbooks for your account purpose. You can sell your product online, right. You can sell your services also, right. It also helps you to reach more customer, right. Thus this increase the your sales and profit. You can also work from home in case of COVID-19 pandemic, right. There is a need to work from home, right. So you can do it using the internet access. So today many companies allow their employees to work from home, right. You can search the jobs online on the different portal and send your CV through emails if it is required, right. So now we will see the advantages and what are the limitations of the internet. As we have seen the various advantages, right, like email, we can share the information, online chat, net banking, e-commerce, we can sell and buy product online, right. You can watch the videos, right, like Amazon, Netflix, okay, and you can also download the software, right. So these are the main advantages of the internet, and these are not limited, as we have so many advantages, right. Now apart from these advantages, we have a limitation. The first one is the theft of personal information. As the internet connects all the computers to each other, so hacker can quickly identify which computers are vulnerable to the attack, and it is possible by thus scanning the millions of computer over the network. So the computer hacker can steal your personal information and hack account, which can be used for the identity theft and can be harmful to you personally, right. So this is the limitations, first limitation. The next is the negative effect on family communication, right. The social networking site provides the option to make the thousands of friends and you can communicate with them, right? Online games are also available, and this allows the players to communicate with the others. Although the social networking site can give you the benefit to find the new connection over the world, right? And you may find yourself disconnected from the family, right? From your real life friends. Okay, so this is the negative effect on family communication, right? Yes, internet addiction. Okay, if a person is continuously using the internet, he may be addicted to the internet, right? So if in that he can be addicted to the internet. An internet addictive person can lead to spending his precious time on the internet rather than doing important work, right? Rather than doing the something productive. Okay, again you can have a pornographic and violent images. In modern times there is a huge amount of content available on the web, right? There are various resources that contain the large amount of data, such as Wikipedia, and some sites are also available that have less desirable content, right? So, accordingly, the user can see the pornographic or violent images, right? And they may not want to see while using the sites. This can distract the children's or users' mind, right? So, apart from this, there may be a problem of virus threat. Another issue is the cyberbullying is also increasing rapidly over the years. Sometimes you may be tracked on internet by hackers or unauthorized persons. They can harm they can harm you by stealing your personal information. And if you are spending more time on the internet, it will be easier for the hackers to find your personal information, right, through the various sources, and they can misuse all this information, right? So apart from this, you can have spam and advertising, right? The internet is best place to advertise any service or product as compared to the traditional advertising method, right? For example, we are using new TV, newspaper and radio, but you might see more spam in your inbox than the junk mail in the real life, because a digital advertising can be sent on massive scale, right? And it can only affect the focus, not only the focus and patience of individual, and the person can face the health issue and the problem of obesity. Pause, Hardik, pause, right? So these are the some of the use different advantages and limitations of the internet. So every technology has its own pros and cons. So every technology has its own pros and cons. We have seen the several advantages and disadvantages of the internet, right? It can be used for exchanging the information, right? Online chat, you can buy product online, you can book the ticket, airlines and reservations, right? You can have a online transaction, you can transfer money, you can send money, right? Digital money. You can have some source of entertainment over the internet. Apart from this, you have so many listed advantages of the internet, right? Now let us see the what is internet, intranet and extranet, right? As we know that the internet, it is a global network, right? It is a global network where the millions of computers are connected with each other, right? They are connected, and people can share the information uh, from anywhere, right? Anytime. It is 24 by 7 available, right? So this is called as a internet, right? That means global, millions of computers are connected over the network, right? Now let us see what is intranet and the extranet. Basically, the intranet has been built for particular organization where limited number of computers are connected, right? And they have limited rights. Okay, so the outside the user cannot access the intranet, right? So this is the intranet because it is specially designed for particular organization and their employees only, right? So in this figure you can see the round this circle, right side circle is considered as the intranet, right? Where limited computers are connected for with the this LAN, right? Application service is there, then workstation is also there, and different database service is also required, right? Now if somebody wants to connect from this intranet to internet, for that we do require the extranet, right? So for that we do require the extranet server has to be installed at the intranet site, right? In particular organization, okay? And through this extranet server we can connect with the internet, right? For example, there are the vendors and suppliers, right? So there is an organization which supplies the product, right? And they have to contact with the vendors, right? So a vendor cannot access this intranet, right? So but without using the extranet server, so this vendor intranet and supplier intranet has to be connected with the use of extranet server, right? And then finally they can communicate with each other, right? So this is the intranet and extranet. Now let us see what is the difference between the internet, intranet and extranet, right? So the internet is the global internet network, right, where the millions of computers are connected, right? Then intranet, it is a private network basically specifically designed for particular organization, right? While extranet is a private network, but that use the public network to share the information to another entity, right? As I told you that if supplier and vendors want to contact with each other from their intranet, right? So for that we require the extranet, right? So particular rights have been given to both the sides, and then they can exchange their information, right? Then intranet is accessible to everyone. It is not controlled by any authority, right? It is publicly open, right? And it is not owned by anyone, right? There is no any control over the intranet. Again, you can share the information throughout the worldwide from any corner of the world. You can share with any person, right? Security is dependent on the use of device connected to the network, right? So which kind of device is connected over the internet, and accordingly the security is available to you, right? Internet is free and it is open to all, okay? Yes, its availability is everywhere, right? Sometime if it has been restricted, but you have to provide the username and password, proper authentication is necessary, right? There is no maintenance is required in case of the internet, right? For example, right now we are using the internet, right? No maintenance cost is required. Now as compared to the internet, there are that intranet differs, right? It has limited access, right? So it is only accessible to the members of the particular organization, right? And it is to be controlled by some specific authority, right? So organization have given the right to that person, and it is to be entire network is controlled by that authorized person only, right? Okay, and this is owned by single organization, right? Just like in college, in campus, right? That it has its own intranet, right? And it has its own capacity to use the services of the intranet, right? Okay. Then sharing, yes, sensitive information throughout the organization, because the organization can have some kind of information which is private, and it is to be shared within the organization, should not be shared outside, right? Security of the intranet is to be provided by the firewall, right? So what the firewall do, will access the network traffic and will monitor whether there is a request which is coming from the attackers or not, right? If it is from the requests are coming from the unauthorized access, the firewall will block that request, right? Okay. The intranet is basically regulated and operated by the certain policies, right? Some certain policies is to be implemented within the organization, so that the security of the information within the organization will be maintained, right? Access facilities to specific user as per the policies, right? Because in the organization there are many employees are working from the having different rules, right, from the higher position to the lowest position, right? So every person has different roles and rights to access the internet, right? So everything is not accessible to everyone, right? So different rights will be given by the particular authorized person, right? Yes, maintenance is required for the user level, right? Yes, because we have to provide the, you have to hire some kind of person who can manage all these activity, right? And who can secure our data, who can secure our communication within the organization, right? Now let us look at the extranet. Extranet, as I told you that when the person who was within the internet, they want to communicate with the outside with the internet, the extranet is required, right? So it is a private network that that use the public network but share the information to one or more entity, right? So as I told you that suppliers and vendors, they are located on different sites, so they want to communicate, they want to share the informations, right? So they needs to be connected with the extranet, right? Only the permitted external members can access this extranet, right? Like supplier, those who are authorized vendors, right, from where we are purchasing the product, or right, those who are our client, we are only providing the access of this intranet to that vendor only, right? This is controlled by more than one authority, because we see that peoples are located at different intranet server, and each and every intranet has to be managed by different persons, right? Okay. So it is owned by single or multiple organization, right? Again, the extranet server share the information between the members and the external members, like supplier and vendors. Okay. The security provided by the firewall that separates the intranet and extranet. Okay, here also we have to provide the security through the firewall, right? And accordingly we can separate the intranet and extranet here. Extranet can be regulated by the contractual between the companies, right? So there is a tie between the supplier and vendor, right? So there is a it is to be maintained and it is to be regulated by these two companies, right? Okay. Access facility to the internet as well as the external members as per the restriction, right? So outside, if the external users are accessing the intranet, there must be having some specific rights to be given. Okay, because we are not sharing all the information. Which of the information he has to he require, that information is to be shared, right? maximum maintenance is required because all these two entities are located on different network, right? So extra maintenance is to be required to maintain the relationship and confidentiality and availability of the this communication, right? Okay, so this is all about uh, internet, intranet and extranet. Now let us look at the connection of the internet. As we now we have seen how what is internet, what is intranet and what is extranet. We have seen the advantages and disadvantages of the internet also. But how to get connected with the internet? We cannot directly, this internet is not directly available. We do require some kind of resource mechanism, right? Some kind of connection is to be required, which enables us to connect with the internet, right? So connection, to get connected with the internet, we have a dial-up connection. Second is the lease connection. Third one is the DSL connection. Fourth one is the cable modem connection, and the fifth one is the VSAT connections. Now let us look each and every of them separately. Now the first one is the dial-up connection. In the dial-up connection, internet, you can get connected with the internet with the use of phone line for uh, the internet connection, right? So phone line is compulsorily required, right, for getting connected with the internet. In this case, we have to use the device called modem. It is called as a modulation and demodulation. What happens in this case? The modem, it converts the analog signal to the digital and digital to the analog, right? Okay, so once we have used this dial-up connection, right, we have to make sure that modem is available or not, right? Nowadays the modem are basically already inbuilt in our PC, right? So the through with the use of modem, the dial-up connection established, right, and it makes use of the telephone line, right? Earlier times, when there was not much advanced technology, the people used to have a dial-up connections, right? Because there was no another choice was available for them to access the internet, right? So they used to make dial-up connection in their computer, and with that connection, the people used to have internet at in their laptop or desktop, right? Basically, per person has to be required the telephone line as a main source. Okay, the people has to compulsorily use the telephone line, right? Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the this dial-up connection? Basically, this phone line is used. Okay, so when your internet, if the person is busy in using internet, it makes your connection, your dial-up busy, right? So at that time nobody can call you, right, because there is only single line. Person used to have a phone, right? So with the phone, if the internet is connected, right, you cannot call the another people, right? Okay, so but there are some of the advantages and disadvantages of this dial-up connection. That is, first advantage, it is a low price, right? It does not cost, only you should have require the phone line connection, right? Low maintenance, as well as yes, one of the most important advantages is secured connection, right? Basically, why it is secure? Because IP is continuously changing. It is during period of time. During each and every connection, the IP address is changes, right? So nobody can track your IP and cannot attack you. Okay. Then it of basically mostly used in rural areas where the telephone line is available, right? Because in rural area there is no more much advanced technology available for the people, right? And they can easily connect with the use of dial-up connection with the internet, right? Now the one of the disadvantage of this dial-up connection is that it is a slow speed, the internet connection, right? The data transmit at very slow rate, right? And one of the disadvantages is that the phone line is compulsorily required to get connected with the internet, right? Then apart from this, yes, busy signals for the friends and family members when dial up, when the person is already using the internet through the phone line, right? He can if somebody is calling to you, right? It gives the busy signals, right? Okay, always because that is only single connection, right? So either it can transmit you can use the internet, or you can use the you can call your friends or family members, right? So if you are using the phone line for the internet, you cannot call, nobody can call you also, right? Again there is a dependency of the telephone cable, right? So these are the advantages and disadvantages of the dial up connections, right? So till now we just stop here, and rest of things we will be continuing. Thank you very much. So in the today's lecture we have seen what is internet, what are the advantages and disadvantages of internet. We also have seen internet, the concept of internet, intranet and extranet, and how they differ with each other. In which case we have to use the intranet, and in which case we have to use the extranet, and how can we use the internet, right? We also seen how can you get connected with the internet with the use of dial-up connection. Now in the next lecture we will see the rest of things. Thank you very much.
स्वाध्यायः परः